Bharat Parikh sir.
Okay, my topic is a study of impact of COVID-19 on cashless economy in Jaipur city. Slide is
Yes,
visible, na,
yes.
sir?
Please continue.
Okay, okay, sir. First of all, I want to present the introduction of COVID-19. India and China are the two countries in Asia whose economy are moving towards progress, and both these big countries also play an important role in international relations. But in 2019, coronavirus was born from Wuhan city of China, and seeing this virus engulf the whole world, the World Health Organization announced on 31st January 2020 that this virus is dangerous to human health and declared it's a global disaster and implemented medical emergency internationally. On 11th February 2020, WHO has given the name COVID-19 to this virus. In order to control the spread of this epidemic, the government of India started taking drastic steps in March 2020. For this, the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, called for a Janta curfew on 22nd March 20, and on March 25, a complete lockdown of 21 days was put in the entire country so that the infection of this virus should not be spread to other places and its link can be broken. But advanced medical technology countries like America, Britain, France, Brazil, etc., succumbed to this virus and millions of people started getting infected there. India is not untouched by this epidemic, and the number of active cases in India till 29th April 20 were about 31,000, and more than 1,000 patients died due to this pandemic. After this, by May 1920, the number of infected people would cross almost 1 lakh. In September 20, India became the second largest infected country in the world. Now, what is the coronavirus? Coronavirus is a virus that causes pneumonia, lungs infection, respiratory failure, diffuse flame, and difficulty in respiratory, headache, sore throat, etc. Symptoms such as can be seen in the human body. The immune system in the human body is disturbed and the patient dies slowly. This disease was new to the world, so scientists from all over the world started searching for a vaccine for the treatment of this disease. The infection of this disease infects people from one patient to another at a very fast rate, due to which it spread all over the world. Due to the coronavirus, both positive and negative results were seen all over the world. Improving the environment of the whole world was a positive result, but at the same time, there was a downside to having medical emergency all over the world, as well as economically, countries and people suffered a lot in the whole world. But one of the positive result was that people started believing in digital transaction instead of cash. Most of the payments and receivables started happening in digital mode. Thus, a new era of digital banking has been started. This is the reason that, according to the report of the International Agency Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the country's economy will be fastest growing economy in the world in 2021, and India's GDP growth rate is estimated to be 12.6%. Now, cashless economy. Cashless India is a mission in the field of digital economy, which was started by the government of India under the leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. For this purpose, on 8th November 2016, the Prime Minister of India Shri Narendra Modi decided to demonetize attacking black money, corruption, and terrorism. In fact, cashless economy is a system which all transactions are done in digital mode, like debit card, credit card, ATM card, e-banking, immediate payment service, IMPS, National Electronic Fund Transfer, NEFT, real-time gross settlement, RTGS, mobile phone transaction, unified payment interface, UPI, Bharat interface for money app, BHIM app, Aadhaar enabled payment system, e-purse, etc. The importance of hard cash become negligible in the digital economy due to being a digital currency. We do not need to keep currency in physical form whenever we can receive and send anywhere from small to large amount through digital medium. We can pay bills for hotel, restaurant, water, electricity, mobiles, etc. Buy tickets for railway, bus, aeroplanes, etc. And pay for them by purchasing books, clothes, food, vegetable, and other essentials items through digital medium. However, the finished uh, cashless transaction is traceable. So there is a no possibility of tax evasion. So the country gets more taxpayer, third party, which can be government or any private or public sector banks, operate and control this entire digital medium. To end the dependence on cash, several schemes have also been run by the government of India, like Lucky Grahak Yojana, Digi Dhan Vyapar Yojana. Similarly, mobile banking, RuPay cards, UPI, USSD are also other medium of online payments. And this is the review of literature. Now I come to objective of the study. The main objective of this research paper is to study the impact of COVID-19 on cashless economy in Jaipur city. Although before this pandemic, maximum customers were using hard cash for their routine transaction. But after this pandemic, the thinking of the customer has been changed. After this pandemic, most of the people have been turned from cash transaction to digital banking transaction. Thus, the objective of this research is to find out how many customers are using digital banking after this pandemic with demographic factors, that is age, gender, education, etc. The research methodology, source of data, primary and secondary data have been used to this research study. For the primary data collection, a survey was conducted among the respondents of Jaipur city. For this purpose, a well-designed questionnaire which has some demographic profile and cashless economy related questions was given for filling. Hence, around 200 respondents were selected to give the answer with random sampling so that primary data can be collected. The filled up questionnaire were collected and analyzed so as to make proper interpretation and findings. The secondary data was collected from the books, journals, newspapers, and websites. And this is a sampling plan. And sample size and area for the primary data collection, a random survey was conducted in Jaipur city, and around 200 respondents for this survey was selected. This is scope and limitation of the study. Scope of the study, the main scope of this research work is to study the impact of COVID-19 on cashless economy in Jaipur city, because after this pandemic, most of the people have been turned from cash transaction to digital banking transaction. Thus, the objective of this research is to find out how many customers are using digital banking after this pandemic with demographic factors, that is age, education, gender. To complete this study, primary and secondary data have been collected and used. The main work area of this study is Jaipur city. In this study, only residents living in the city area were included during random sampling. This study gives guideline for future research work. And the limitation of the study, the area of the research work was Jaipur city, and only residents living in the city area were included during random sampling. Although Jaipur is known as heritage city and most of consumers are dependent upon traditional market, but today due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the increasing number of mobile and internet users has increased the possibility of e-shopping and digital banking transaction. Hence, to collect the primary data, around 200 respondents have been selected. And this is the data analysis according to the age group. This is the figure. Data analysis according to the education. And data analysis according to the income. And according to user of digital banking. When the reason were asked that why they use digital banking, then some respondents have given their answer that it is time saver. Time saving is the key point for them, and easy access, transparency, offer, reliability are the some other points. And the last suggestion In India, the trend towards digital banking has increased compared to cash transaction after the COVID-19 pandemic. It is also a dream project of the government of India. So there is a need to make necessary amendments in FDI to make digital banking accessible to the common people so that foreign companies and banks can come to India and make digital banking more powerful, as well as the government should make a policy for it so that people can adopt digital banking. The government should make people aware by providing free education of computers and internet. For this, strong efforts should be made at the school and college level, as well as the facility of discount and rebate should be provided to the digital banking users. And such vendor or companies that transact in digital mode should have a tax rebate provision. Other than that, make people aware of digital banking, keeping in mind issues like cyber security and transparency. And this is the conclusion. After the COVID-19 pandemic in India, the trend towards cashless transaction and digital banking has increased because it is easy, simple, and transparent, and there is no need to keep cash in physical form. People can do digital transaction at any time and get complete record and balance amount information. During the above research, it was found that the youth and professional group have been the most trend towards digital banking, although they were also computer, internet, and smartphone users, but they had confidence in digital banking. Time saving, convenience, and reliability were also other factors for popularity of digital banking among youth. On the contrary, there was not much trend towards it among older people. But in fact, if seen then after COVID-19 pandemic, digital banking has become a necessity in today's era. So there is a need to make people aware of it. The government requires special attention on points like internet connectivity, cyber security, and proper network. And this is the reference. And thank you.
Nice, Bharat sir. I have a question.
Yeah, just a minute, sir. Just a minute. Okay, sir.
Yes, should I ask?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Due to this digital banking,
yeah,
lots of cyber crimes are arising. What's your opinion about this? What we have to do for this?
Yeah, you are saying rightly that most of the cyber crime are doing in this pandemic period. But to remove this cyber crimes, government should take proper measures, and the security system should be proper for that. इसका मतलब है कि भाई गवर्नमेंट को कुछ इस तरह का कुछ मेजर्स जो है वो लेने चाहिए, उनको कुछ स्टेप्स इस तरह के लेने चाहिए जिससे कि जो साइबर क्राइम है उन पर कंट्रोल हो सके.
I hope government cannot do in this matter, because actually we should have to aware. We should have to aware, and if we are aware, then we can get rid of this cyber crime.
नहीं, हमको भी aware रहना चाहिए. We should also aware for that.
Because after lots of cyber crimes, government is unable to even caught these criminals.
But there are some smart hackers. कुछ इस तरह के smart hackers होते हैं जो कि इस तरह के normal आदमी को पता ही नहीं लग पाता है उसमें कि क्या हो रहा है. उनके अकाउंट से डायरेक्टली उनसे कोई ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं किया. आपने न्यूज़पेपर में पढ़ा होगा, यू हैव रीड इन न्यूज़पेपर दैट लोगों ने कोई ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं किया. दे डोंट हैव एनी डेबिट कार्ड, दे डोंट यूज डिजिटल बैंकिंग, लेकिन फिर भी उनके अकाउंट से पैसा गायब हो गया. तो इस तरह की प्रॉब्लम आ रही है.
That's why I'm asking.
ऐसा भी है.
Because digital
तो इसके लिए क्या है, अब वो कोई किसी तरह का डेबिट कार्ड यूज नहीं कर रहा है, वो किसी तरह का ऑनलाइन ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं कर रहा है, उनके अकाउंट से ही डायरेक्ट पैसा जा रहा है.
In that case,
और आजकल क्या है,
in that case, Bharat sir, if it is there, in that case, and now banks are providing them the security. If this case is happened, then bank will give them the stolen money. But if we are not aware, we are sharing our OTP, we are sharing OTP, then
we should also aware.
Then
we should also aware for that. We should also aware for that. और ट्रांजेक्शन करते समय हमको ध्यान रखना चाहिए किस तरह का हम कहाँ ट्रांजेक्शन कर रहे हैं, किस तरह की साइट्स पर, या किसी को डेबिट कार्ड का जो कोड है वो नहीं देना है. बहुत सारे इस तरह के हमको भी जो है स्टेप्स लेने चाहिए. लेकिन पहला क्या है, गवर्नमेंट को इस तरह का कुछ सिस्टम जो है वो सेट करना चाहिए जिससे कि इस तरह का ट्रांजेक्शन होते समय किसी तरह का जो साइबर जो क्राइम है वो ना हो.
Okay. Thank you, Bharat.
Sir, I have one question. Bharat sir, please.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
You are study a cashless money transaction.
Yeah,
okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, have you taken BPL, that is below priority line peoples, or above priority line peoples?
No, mix, sir. Mix. Mix.
How you find that? That is a mixed one.
Mixed one.
Okay. How you find that after COVID-19, the peoples or students are getting more cashless, going for cashless?
Yes, sir. After COVID pandemic, they don't touch the hard cash.
Okay.
So they are turning to digital banking.
Okay. Oh, why you are not taking as a rural peoples or rural peoples? Why you are not considering village peoples? Nowadays peoples are only thinking about city peoples. They are not people. Research is not going to do in the rural or village sites.
Sir, because rural people are not much aware for that internet, digital banking. They don't know about that. So and mostly the villagers are not using this type of digital banking system or internet banking, e-banking. They don't use. So study is focused. I have focused in city area.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Bharat sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Very nice presentation.
Dinesh sir, please on your video.
Yes, sir. Yes, Bharat sir, very nice presentation. I have some beautiful memories as far as Rajasthan is concerned, because after marriage I went to Jaipur only for the honeymoon.
Okay.
That apart, I want to ask you one question. As far as Rajasthan Board of Secondary Education is concerned, in 2017, I guess, if I'm not wrong, they introduced a chapter on demonetization and cashless economy in the class 12 economics, textbook of economics. So what is your take on this? How useful it will be for the younger students at the age of 12 to understand and understand the importance of this cashless economy? It was introduced by the Rajasthan Board of Education.
Sir, it is definitely beneficial for them, because in the younger age they will learn about the digital banking, they will learn about the cashless economy, because we are going to digital India. The government has launched the program Digital India in 2015, and the basic aim of that program is that we have to go to digital India. Now you are seeing that most of the services, government services, are going to digital mode, like e-pension, e-health, e-banking, this type of services, e-education. So we are going to digital mode. So digital banking is small part. Digital banking is small part.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Bharat sir.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please, sir, please.
क्या सर ये आप मानते हैं कि जो कैशलेस इकोनॉमी है वो डिमोनेटाइजेशन यानी नोटबंदी के कारण आई है?
नहीं, उसका डायरेक्टली अगर अपन ये सोचें कि डिमोनेटाइजेशन की वजह से ऐसा हुआ है तो वो प्रॉपर्ली वो
मैं ये नहीं कहना चाह रहा हूँ। मेरा कहने का मतलब ये है, क्या डिमोनेटाइजेशन जो नोटबंदी हुई थी उसकी वजह से कैशलेस इकोनॉमी की तरफ गए हैं, या इस पेंडेमिक की वजह से ये अपने आप में
नहीं
कार्य सफल नहीं होना था, वो सफल हो गया?
नहीं। देखिए रीजन क्या है, ये तो एक टाइम पे ऐसा हो गया, एक कोइंसिडेंस अपन कह सकते हैं। बट एक्चुअली क्या था कि हमको जैसे ऑल अगर वर्ल्ड में हम देखें तो सब लोग जो मैक्सिमम जो कंट्रीज हैं वो सारे डिजिटल मोड में जा रहे हैं, सर्विसेज डिजिटल मोड में जा रही है, जबकि हम तो बहुत पीछे हैं। तो ऐसी कंडीशन में क्या है, हमको भी एक ना एक दिन तो डिजिटल मोड में जाना ही था। तो वो एक तरह से डिजिटल इंडिया की, जैसे मैंने अभी बताया कि 2015 में स्टार्टिंग हो गई है डिजिटल इंडिया जो है, गवर्नमेंट ने प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने लॉन्च किया। तो वो प्रोग्राम का जो बेसिक ऑब्जेक्टिव है वो यही है कि हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा जो है डिजिटल गवर्नेंस की तरफ बढ़े, है ना। मतलब मैक्सिमम गवर्नेंस एंड मिनिमम गवर्नमेंट, उनका जो फॉर्मूला है गवर्नमेंट का, मैक्सिमम गवर्नेंस एंड मिनिमम गवर्नमेंट। तो वो कैसे हो सकता है? वो डिजिटल फॉर्म में आने से ही हो सकता है। कहीं भी ट्रेस कर सकते हो किसी भी काम को, हम कभी भी हम उसको ट्रेस कर सकते हैं, कितना काम हुआ है, कितना नहीं हुआ है, कितने हॉर्स हो रहे हैं, वो सारी चीजें उसी के बेसिस पे जो है डिजिटल इंडिया जो है। तो अब ये जो डिजिटल बैंकिंग जो है वो तो एक बहुत ही छोटा, हम उसको कह सकते हैं कि एक छोटा पार्ट है। ओके सर,
बात और पूछना चाह रहा हूँ, क्या हमने ये कार्य पहले कर लिया? कैशलेस इकोनॉमी का जो टारगेट है हमने पहले कवर कर लिया क्या?
नहीं। अभी हम तो
पेंडेमिक की वजह से हम पूरी तरह से तैयार नहीं थे।
नहीं वी आर ऑन द स्टार्टिंग एज, वी आर ऑन द स्टार्टिंग एज।
नहीं, मैं ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ
सर ऐसा नहीं है, वी आर ऑन, हाँ
मतलब मैं चाह रहा हूँ कि डिमोनेटाइजेशन की वजह से कैशलेस इकोनॉमी की तरफ जाना था, 2025 में जाना था, 2023 में जाना था। क्या हम जल्दी चले गए उस तरफ? हमारे पास इंफ्रा पूरा तैयार नहीं है, हम पहले चले गए।
सर वो तो धीरे धीरे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर तो धीरे धीरे डेवलप हो पाता है। अभी कुछ एरियाज में ही डेवलप हो रहा है, अभी धीरे धीरे हम जब आगे बढ़ेंगे, अभी सिटी एरियाज में है, फिर धीरे धीरे रूरल एरियाज में भी जाएगा। तो ये तो डेवलपमेंट का स्टार्टिंग तो कहीं ना कहीं से तो शुरू होना ही था।
धन्यवाद सर, धन्यवाद।
ओके,
रोचक जानकारी मिली आपके द्वारा।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच।